Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, here again to regale you with a movie review. Yes, indeed, because this channel is a horror channel, and I like to talk about horror movies that I watched on my Friday weekends. Yes, indeed. It is well known from here to Timbuktu, because I mention it all the time, that on Fridays, Professor Macabro decompresses from the soul-crushing grind of work and adult life to watch a couple of movies and enjoy himself. Yes, indeed. And we just talked about The Devil's Mouth, which had Catherine Newton. Yes, indeed. But it wasn't a good movie, so I was like, oh my god, I'm done with streaming. I need a break from streaming after that movie. So, I recently, if you saw my 6-episode series physical media haul, picked up a couple of movies, and one of those was this movie. A blind buy, I mentioned, because I didn't know first thing about this. But when I collect horror movies in physical media, I like blind buys. I look at the cover and I was like, well, this looks interesting. I read the back. Well, this sounds interesting. I'm not gonna pick it up because it might be good. Sometimes the cover and the back description do not match the movie, and it turns out to be a totally different piece of shit. But sometimes it's really good, and this time it was really good. A real palate cleanser from The Devil's Mouth, and this movie is Spare Parts. Now, what attracted me to this is, of course, it had attractive women. It has some sort of Mad Max ballerina thing with, blade arms. And I was like, ooh, interesting, sexy ladies. Interesting. And on the back, it says that a group of women are abducted, and they're mutilated, and parts of them are replaced by battle arena, and they're forced to fight in a coliseum. And I was like, I'm gonna get that, and get it I did. And I'm gonna watch it after watching The Devil's Mouth, and watch it I did. And what is this movie about? Well, Spare Parts is about this group of women that are part of a band, and I already was a big fan because they're part of a band called Miss 45, and I was like, Miss 45, I love Miss 45, and I like a good reference to a horror movie, so bravo. So they're playing a band in this gig, the band is playing in this gig, and they're like rocking and like blah 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 blah, and of course because they're all ladies, you have the typical drunk asshole that wants to be all touchy-feely with them, but these chicks are badass and they kick everyone's ass. And the guys all play like, this isn't over, nothing is ever over, and they're like, whatever. So, already I was into it. It's a low-budget movie. It's not a high-grade, billion-dollar special effects extravaganza. But I like it. I like the beginning. I like the fact that it was referencing Miss 45. I like that the girls were badass. They look sexy as hell. And I was like, I'm with this movie. Yes, indeed. And they're not, again, like when I talked about The Devil's Mouth, they weren't shitty characters. Well, one of them was a shitty character, but that's for the plot. They weren't idiots. They weren't goddamn idiots, like in The Devil's Mouth. These characters, two of them are actually it's an old girl band. So two of them are actually in a relationship, and they got a donator, and one of them is pregnant. And already I was like, well, the pregnant chick is going to get it the worst. And then there's the two sisters, one that's a little bit more rock on, and the other one's a bit tired of the other sister's bullshit, because things have happened. So they go into the thing, and then they're followed by this creepo guy. Really creepy guy was in the bar. He's like, yeah, you main girl Emma, woo, you should be the lead, woo. So he starts stalking her, and then because these ladies are badass, they're like, fuck this guy, let's get him. But unfortunately, their van that they're in gets a flat tire. And then a cop and a tow truck really quickly come for them. I was like, huh? That was too quick. Something seems afoot. But they take them supposedly where they can get help, and they take them into a junkyard. Now, me, having watched a lot of horror movies, immediately would be like, they're taking away a long ways from the, main country. Going to a junkyard, Mayhaps I should get out of here and run away and not go into the junkyard, or the junkyard fortress, because it's a goddamn fortress. I'm like, mayhaps I should not go into the spooky junkyard fortress. But no, they go in, and eventually they're like, well, shit, this was a terrible idea. Because the Emma character goes into the junkyard and she sees this chick being asphyxiated with carbon dioxide because she's in the car and it's full of smoke. She's like, help me! And she's trying to help her, but then she gets knocked out, and the other chicks are in a waiting room, but then they get gassed, again, by carbon dioxide, and they're like, ah, and they fall asleep. Then you have this really weird Saw kind of thing where they start really good practical effects. I must say, I really, really like the practical effects. There's a special feature on the back, which we'll be talking about on the DVD the section, that goes over the special effects, and it's all practical. No CGI in that. They start cutting the arms and ripping the flesh, and all they leave is a little stump with a little bit of bone, so they can click on weapons, like a blade, a sword, a machete. One of them gets a chainsaw, and I was like, I like that special effect. Really cool special effect. So, they are taken into this Coliseum because apparently a bunch of homeless people got together and built this city within this junkyard, and they're ruled by the guy that played Death in Supernatural and played one of the Hills Have Eyes characters. And I like him as an actor. I don't know if he's still alive. I hope he's still alive, but I like him. Whenever he pops up in anything, I was like, hey, that's Death from Supernatural and from Wrong Turn. Yes, I like him. Yes, indeed. I have a picture here. And he's the Overlord Supreme Commander of this thing, and he's like, oh, ye welcome our sacrifices, that they will spill their blood for the ground that we apparently live in, because motor oil's not really doing it for growing crops, but so we need to fill the junkyard floor with blood so that we can get crops. Are they farming anything? Who knows? Maybe they're just a bunch of sick fuckers that like blood and violence, and understandable, because I'm watching this movie, so yeah. So basically, they enter Mortal Kombat, and they have to fight other group of people that I guess weren't very high-ranking or were abducted, that they don't have any parts missing. They're just normal slobs with hammers and screwdrivers and a shiv, and they're fighting these chicks. And again, these chicks are badasses, except, unfortunately, the pregnant chick. And it was like, no, you can't have her, she's pregnant. And the bad guy's like, what do you think I am? You think I'm some sort of monster? I'm no monster. I will not have a pregnant lady participate in this festivities. So they take the baby out, and he has it in a jar. It's like, see, I am no monster. Took the baby out so she can fight in Mortal Kombat. And everyone's like, holy shit. I was like, holy shit. Dude, that's fucked up. So they start fighting, and unfortunately, the eggs-pregnant lady is the first to go. So what should have been a 4-chick team is now a 3-chick team. And the asshole that was following them at the beginning is the son of Death, and he has a thing for Emma, one of the sisters. And he's like, oh, you could be so much more if you just, giggity giggity with me. And she's like, sorry, dude, you're not my type. Go away. And everyone else is suffering, and the other chick with the purple hair, my favorite one actually, seems to have not been the best to her sister, because it's implied that she might have slept with a boyfriend or a manager or whoever that she was like, and so there's animosity between the two sisters. But they're trading, and they're becoming badasses, and they're rising up in the ranks of the Mortal Kombat. And unfortunately, spoiler alert, the really hot chick with the purple hair gets offed, and they kill off the Death guy. And the unlikable sister, because I don't really much care for her, but she's kind of like, the purple-haired sister was a bit shitty because she didn't really care about her sister. But the other one was even worse, and she suddenly became Lord Commander of the junkyard thing, and she kept, pushing forward with the bullshit of the gods demand blood for our ground so that we can get through the motor oil and grow crops. Really, What were they going? Even the deaf guy's like, man, it's just a bunch of bullshit. I just got bored and got a bunch of people together. But yeah, but a really good movie. Practical effects, awesome. Love the practical effects, practical kills, and the set was like Mortal Kombat, Mad Max, Junkyard Battle Arena. The budget, again, it's not high budget, but it doesn't look shitty. That's what I like. It doesn't look like shit. It looked like a movie, and it looked like a good movie. And the lighting was pretty good, acting was pretty good, editing was pretty good, martial arts takaka was pretty good. Very enjoyable movie. Really happy I was able to get a copy of this movie and give this movie a chance and watch it, because I ended up really enjoying it. Spare Parts. Highly recommend it. I don't know, I didn't find it streaming anywhere, and I didn't know about this movie until I found the DVD. But if you can find a copy or find it streaming somewhere, give Spare Parts a watch. You'll definitely enjoy it, and I like it. I highly recommend this movie. Yes, indeed. Have you seen Spare Parts? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let us know in the comments down below. But until I see you all again next time, this has been Professor Macabro thanking you, and wishing you all, like always, a good evening.